Hello everyone, today I'd like to provide some tips on how to identify an American automobile from the 1950s. Please enjoy.
The purpose of this video is to teach you how to identify 1950s automobiles without having to memorize them all. This video will provide several simple instructions and features to look for. Please note that these instructions will only apply to unmodified automobiles. I cannot guarantee correct identification of a modified automobile with these instructions. Okay, let's get started. First of all, American automobiles from the 1950s have more chrome on them than any other decade. This feature mainly applies to cars and station wagons. The amount of chrome on trucks did not vary much before the 1980s. The second feature to look for is wraparound glass. Glass during this time was designed to wrap around the windshield to eliminate blind spots. The third feature to look for is white wall tires. White wall tires were extremely popular during the 50s and early 60s. The fourth thing to look for is whether or not the headlights are built into the fender. 95% of the time the headlights will be very well built into the fenders on a 1950s automobile. What I mean by this is that the fenders will often indent out for the headlights to show. This started back in the 40s, but the 50s took it to a new extreme. The fifth thing to watch out for is tail fins. Many cars in the late 50s had this iconic styling feature. They were most extreme in 1958 and 59. The sixth thing to look at is the bumpers. The bumpers front and back tend to wrap around the automobile, and they will bulge out. They are much more built-in than previous generations of cars. And of course, they will be shiny with chrome. The seventh thing to look at is the roofs. The roofs are very curved and are usually sloped in the rear. The glass will also be very built into the roof, sometimes even part of it. Now let's talk about what you'll find under the hood. The most popular engines during this time were inline 6s, inline 8s, and V8s. These engines usually have one carburetor. It is very rare that you'll see them have multiple. Your typical air cleaner will be taller than most and painted black. These engines usually are accompanied by a radiator made of black painted steel. And that just wraps about things up for identifying a 1950s American automobile.
Thanks for watching everyone. Until next time, please remember that history belongs to God. It's His story.